Shabbat Shalom, all my brothers and sisters. Thank you for attending another Shabbat class. All praises to AHAYAH bahasham YASHAYA, that the Spirit is upon you, that you've been obedient to the law, statutes, and commandments of AHAYAH, and that you took your precious time out to come to hear the word of the Most High. Not my word, the Most High word, through His precious Son, YASHAYA. Tonight's lesson is going to be, are you walking in the Spirit of the Most High? It's sort of a question that we all need to ask ourselves at all times. Lately, you all been noticing, ever since the little shenanigan happened, that I've been telling brothers and sisters, or asking brothers and sisters, to stay in the Spirit. So this is more of a self-check for all of us. Are we walking in the Spirit of the Most High? So that's the title of the lesson tonight. Are you walking in the Spirit of the Most High? It say, are you really operating in the Spirit of the Most High? Or are we walking in the Spirit of the fallen ones? This is a question we must ask ourselves every day, brothers and sisters. Are we walking in the Spirit of the fallen one? Or are we walking in the Spirit of the Most High? We know here in Babylon, it's hard to walk in the Spirit. But greater is He that's in us than he that's in the world. Once we die to ourselves, it's easy to walk in the Spirit. Is it going to be a fight? Of course it's going to be a fight, because we're dealing with spirits and principalities in high places. So there's no ifs, ands, or buts about it, what we're dealing with. But that's why the scriptures tell us, it's he that endure unto the end, the same should be saved. So this is a fight every day that we got to walk in the Spirit of AHAYAH. The first scripture we're going to go to tonight is Proverbs chapter 20 and verse 27. Again, that's Proverbs chapter 20 and verse 27. All right, go ahead, sis.
Proverbs chapter 20, verse 27, and it reads, "The spirit of man is a candle of the Most High, searching all the inward parts of the belly."
Correct. So it said the spirit of the man is a candle of the Most High, searching all the inward parts of the belly. Okay? The Most High look at our inward parts. He don't look at the outside of us. We can easily go up to each other, Shabbat Shalom, this and that, be a Hebrew of Hebrews. But what the Most High look at, He look at on the inside. Who are you on the man in the mirror? I'm talking about the person behind your eyes. That's who the Most High looking at, the spirit of the person. That's why we say in our disclaimer, we're not going to sit in the Most High seat. We're going to let Him judge the tares from the wheat, the sheep from the goats. Because the Most High can see the spirit of a person, not that outward appearance. We can fake it and shake it all day to each other, but at the end of the day, we ain't doing nothing but fooling ourselves. So that's why I say this is a self-check, even including with myself. Are we walking in the spirit of the Most High? The next scripture is going to be 1 Samuel. We'll see some examples how the Most High deal with how He look at the inward part, not the outward. Let's go to 1 Samuel chapter 16. We're going to read 1 through 7. That's 1 Samuel chapter 16, 1 through 7.
1 Samuel chapter 16, verse 1 through 7. And it reads, "And the Most High said unto Samuel, How long wilt thou mourn for Saul, seeing I have rejected him from reigning over Israel? Fill thine horn with oil, and go. I will send thee to Jesse, the Bethlehemite, for I have provided me a king among his sons."
Right, because we see here that the reason the Most High is telling Samuel because Saul was disobedient to the Most High. He didn't want to do the commandment, none of that. He looked good. Everybody loved Saul because he had feared everyone. Everybody feared the brother. But Saul didn't play that. But he was dealing in the flesh. He wasn't dealing in the spirit. But he kept breaking the commandments of the Most High. Go ahead.
Verse 2, "And Samuel said, How can I go? If Saul hear it, he will kill me. And the Most High said, Take an heifer with thee, and say, I am come to sacrifice to the Most High.
So the Most High is giving Samuel not an example, but because this guy is scared of Saul. Saul, kill me. So you know what? Just tell him that you're going to take a heifer and you're going to sacrifice him to the Most High. He ain't going to do nothing to you then. So he putting him up on game, so to say. Go ahead.
Verse 3, and call Jesse to the sacrifice, and I will show thee what thou shalt do. And thou shalt anoint unto me him whom I name unto thee.
Go ahead.
Verse 4, and Samuel did that which the Most High spake, and came to Bethlehem. And the elders of the town trembled at his coming, and said, Comest thou peaceably? Verse 5, and he said, Peaceably I am come to sacrifice unto the Most High. Sanctify yourselves, and come with me to the sacrifice. And he sanctified Jesse and his sons, and called them to the sacrifice.
Right, so the Most High is setting all this here up. But he's doing this for a reason, because like I said before, Saul was dealing with the flesh. Okay? The Most High got to, in some, not going to say trick him, but to make everything seem peaceful. So his brother won't be like tripping and killing everybody that's about to go, what's about to happen right now. Because he's about to get removed. But he don't know that yet. Because his brother is not walking in the spirit. He's still walking in the flesh. This shows you that the Most High is meaning business. That's why the scriptures say, those that worship me must worship me in the spirit and in truth. We're going to read more of that. But go ahead, sis.
Verse 6, and it came to pass, when they were come, that he looked on Eliab and said, Surely the Most High's anointed is before him. Verse 7, but the Most High said unto Samuel, Look not on his countenance, or on the height of his stature, because I have refused him. For the Most High seeth not as man seeth.
Read that again, sister. It's like you read that. Go back and read that again. At verse 7, start over.
Okay.
Take your time. Take your time.
All right. But the Most High said unto Samuel, Look not on his countenance, or on the height of his stature, because I have refused him. For the Most High seeth not as man seeth. For man looketh on the outward appearance, but the Most High looketh on the heart.
And so if the Most High did this here, he's still doing the same thing, because he said he changed not. He said, but the Lord said unto Samuel, look not on his countenance, because that's what we do. We look at a brother or a sister like, oh man, that brother's handsome. He looks like a leader. Or that sister, she looks like a first lady. Or she looks like that. He said, nor on his height. Or his stature. You know, like he's built, tall, handsome. You know. The Most High said, no. I don't look at that. Because I have refused him. The Most High ain't looking for that. Okay? For the Lord seeth not as man seeth. Why he say that? Because the Most High looking at the spirit of the man or the woman. For man looketh on the outward appearance, but the Most High looketh on the heart. So he want to see what's in, what makes you tick. Because you can fool some of the people some of the time, but you can't fool all the people all the time. At the end of the day, you end up being fooled. So this is the same way we got to carry ourselves. Have the same character that the Most High. Don't look at a brother or a sister because they got goodly words or they speak very well. No. Look at their actions. That's how the Most High choose people. You look at the heart. Show and tell. Not all that, I just sound good and I look good. It don't work like that. That works in this world on the outside. So we got to constantly check ourselves. Are we doing that? Are we trying to look as holy as thou? And then when we get behind closed doors, you know what I'm saying, we just as wicked. The Most High see that. He see everything we do. Whatever's done in the dark is going to come to light. So we got to constantly, every day, especially here in Babylon, Me and a sister was talking the other day, me and Sister Esther. We was talking, I was like, man, it's hard for a brother out here. Sin is so hard due to the fact that, you know, this women's walking around half naked. It's hard for a brother to stay focused. But guess what? It's worth it, brothers and sisters. If the Most High can do, He's in us, greater is He that's in us and He that's in the world, we got to constantly die to self every day. And sisters, y'all got y'all, y'all got y'all bird in the pool too. There's certain things that y'all do that y'all got hard. Everybody got dirt up under their feet. So we all got something that we got to constantly remind ourselves every day. Die to that. Die to that. Live for the Most High. Stay in the Spirit. If you keep telling yourself that, believe me, it'll get easier and easier every day. All right, let's go to Ephesians chapter 6, 5 through 6. That's the book of Ephesians, chapter 6, verses 5 through 6. Go ahead.
Ephesians chapter 6, verses 5 through 6. And it reads, Servants, be obedient to them that are your masters, according to the flesh, with fear and trembling, in the singleness of your heart, as unto YASHAYA.
Right. So this is what we are commanded to do. Be obedient to our master according to the flesh. But let's put the balance there, brothers and sisters. That's only if what Paul is talking about right here, that's only if the brother is doing according to the Most High. Not because a brother made himself master or he hold a position as elder or deacon or whatever. No, you measure that brother up just like the Most High measure everybody up. Like we just got to say, the Most High say, you don't look at the countenance of no one. You don't look at the height and the stature. You look on the inward part. You see what that brother and sister is doing. So just because the Bible says servants, be obedient to them that are your masters according to the flesh, with fear and trembling and singleness of your heart, as unto Christ. This is what the slave masters used to use to our forefathers, our ancestors, so to say. But they didn't have the comprehension. They didn't know they had understanding. This is according to the law. If this brother and sister that's over us, in any form, fashion, any way, as long as they're keeping the law, statute, commandments, and being obedient to the Most High first, then we give that brother and sister. We're obedient to that brother and sister. But you measure everything up according to the word of AHAYAH, and to his laws, his statutes, and his commandments. That's it. So don't get it twisted because someone is holding the office as an elder or a deacon that I got to submit to that brother. No. You don't have to. Say, brother, you got the name, but you don't fit the bill. Say, brother, I got to be obedient if you following the law, statutes, commandments. It said, as unto Christ. Not as unto man or to woman, as unto Christ. We know Christ kept the law perfectly. So this is the way we must operate when we're giving obedience to any brother or sister. As long as they're keeping the law, statute, commandment, hey, my hat is off to you. Because I know you're working in the same spirit. You're working in the same spirit that the Most High put on all his servants. But don't get too big-headed. If he give it, and he takes it away. Go ahead, sis.
Verse 6, not with eye service as men pleasers, but as the servants of YASHAYA, doing the will of the Most High from the heart.
Right, and we know the will of the Most High. That's in John 6:40. The will of the Most High is believing on the Son. And the Son said, if you love me, keep my commandments. It say not with eye service. Oh, you just looking like, oh my God, there you go. Oh, I'm just so humble. As man pleasers. We know we got a lot of man pleasers on this planet, or this earth, or in certain congregations. But as a servant of YASHAYA, doing the will of AHAYAH from the heart. Don't fake it. Don't fake it. These are real servants. These are real brothers and sisters that's walking in the spirit of the Most High. You can tell them easily. They'll be coming down the street with red lights because so many fake people around them. Just meditate, look upon, be quick to listen, slow to speak, and slow to wrath. Just look. They're going to show their colors, one way or the other. But you measure them up by what? By the law, statutes, and commandments. The book that we call the Bible. Go ahead. Was that it on that? Okay, let's go to Matthew chapter 23. All right, the water for that says. Let's go to Matthew chapter 23, 25, and 26, and then we're going to jump to 28. That's Matthew chapter 23, verses 25 through 26, and we're going to jump to 28.
Matthew chapter 23, verse 24. Ye blind guides, which...
No, 25, sister.
Oh, pardon, Salaki.
That's okay.
Verse 25. Woe unto you, scribes and Pharisees, hypocrites! For ye make clean the outside of the cup and of the platter, but within they are full of extortion and excess.
Exctly. We look good. They got the fringes, the long beard, know all the Hebrew words, but inside, you're full of extortion and excess. You're nothing. The scripture's going to explain it. Go ahead.
Verse 26. Thou blind Pharisee, cleanse first that which is within the cup and platter, that the outside of them may be clean also.
So what he's telling us right here, he's talking to the Pharisees, but also he's talking to us. In other words, you ain't fooling. Clean yourself within. And then, automatically, you're going to shine on the outside. Well, if you're dirty within and you faking it, it's going to come out. It's going to be revealed. But who are you trying to reveal it to? Who are you trying to prove something to, should I say? It's the Most High. Elder Gabar ain't got no kingdom to put you in. The person that you faking and shaking with, they ain't got no kingdom to put you in. They can't give you everlasting life. So we should be trying to prove it to the Most High. Read that again, sister, please.
Verse 27. Woe unto you, scribes and Pharisees, hypocrites. Oh, pardon me, Salakia.
That's all right. Just go to 26. Just take your time.
Blind,
I know it's your first time reading. Just take your time. You're among family.
Verse 26. Thou blind Pharisee, cleanse first that which is within the cup and platter, that the outside of them may be clean also.
So this is an example that the Most High has given us. We got to clean within. That's part of dying to self. Pick up your cross. Die to self. And your outside going to shine. Most people today, we just got through reading, they talking about man-pleasers, giving eye service. Those people right there, they got their reward because they put their trust in man. No. You put your trust in AHAYAH, in His precious Son, YASHAYA. Clean yourself, because we're not going to the kingdom on the gathering of the elect. You're going to the kingdom by yourself. You're going to be judged by yourself. Every man, woman will have to stand before the Most High and His precious Son, YASHAYA, and be judged, not as a group. So we must always ask ourselves, are we walking in the spirit of the Most High? Not just, hey, I look like a Hebrew. I know some words. You know what I'm saying? I got the fringes. I got the beard. I look like the boogeyman. I got my head wrap on. I wear a dress. I don't eat crab, lobster, shrimp, and pork. I know a couple of Hebrew shalom. I understand. No. Kill this. Wake up to the spirit, man. Kill that flesh. Now you can read 27, sis. Read verse 27.
Verse 27. Woe unto you, scribes and Pharisees, hypocrites! For ye are like unto whited sepulchres, which indeed appear beautiful outward, but are within full of dead men's bones and of all uncleanness.
Exactly. And that's exactly how the Most High is looking at us, because he see the spirit. Woe unto you, scribes and Pharisees, hypocrites, for you are like unto a white sepulchre, which indeed appear beautiful outward, but are within full of dead man bones and of all uncleanness. I can tell who is that, because I just see from the physical. Oh, that brother's cool. That sister's cool. Oh man, they true Hebrews. We just had a example of that a couple of months ago. Brothers and sisters here on these classes attend the same words that you all hear. When it was time to apply it, there was man pleasers. It was man pleasers. That's where I can chalk it up. It was man pleasers. As I'm mad at them, not at all. Why I'm not mad? Because the Most High said there's going to be people like this. He was talking to the Pharisees and the Sadducees. They was like that. It was people like that during those days. But what we need to be concerned about today, are you walking like that? Are you walking in the spirit of the Most High? Are you walking in the spirit of the fallen one? You continue to pray for the ones that was here. I think they walk in the spirit. But don't be shocked. They are among us. And many more are going to come out. They're going to come and go, because this is not for everyone. That's why he said, it's he that endure unto the end, the same should be saved. Many are called, few are chosen. That's the reason the scriptures are there. Who should separate you from the love of AHAYAH? That's why he put those scriptures there, because a lot of people, when it get hot in the kitchen, they're going to run. Build the spirit person up in you. That's what we teach here at the Gathering of the Elect. Build your faith up. Because believe me, brothers and sisters, it's coming down the pipeline. This is no scare tactic. This is no Elder Gabar saying this here. This is what the scriptures say. So you get ready for the tough battle. You in the battle right now. You just in boot camp, so to say. You got to build that spirit person up and your faith. Because it's impossible to worship the Most High without faith. You'll be dead on the first run, first shot. You get shot in the head. The first fiery darts that the devil shoot at you. You taking it. You standing up. Suicide. Because you have no faith. All right, let's read 28, sis.
Verse 28. Even so, ye also outwardly appear righteous unto men, but within ye are full of hypocrisy and iniquity.
And we all know what iniquity is. That's self-explanatory right there. Let's go to next scripture. Let's go to John chapter 4, verses 23 and 24. This is how to worship the Most High, brothers and sisters. You can title this is how to worship the Most High. Okay? These scriptures that we're going to read right now. Go ahead, sis.
John chapter 4, verses 23 through 24. 23 reads, But the hour cometh, and now is, when the true worshipers shall worship the Father in spirit and in truth, for the Father seeketh such to worship him.
That's the only body he's seeking. He ain't seeking no, you're hot or you're cold, you're lukewarm. It says, but the hour cometh. And this is the hour right now. And now is, when the true worshipers shall worship the Father in spirit and in truth. For the Father seeketh such to worship him. That's straight to the point, brothers and sisters. He ain't going with no half-stepping. That's why this is the time. This is boot camp. Right now. This is the boot camp to kill that wicked person, that wicked spirit, to kill that fleshly desire, and walk in the spirit of the Most High. Because when you're walking in the spirit of the Most High, faith comes with that. He's like, nah, I got this. You be knocking down those dogs. You got the whole suit of armor on. You be knocking them down and just be bouncing off of you. You can have all the faith in the world. If you ain't got the Spirit, it ain't going to happen. It's not going to happen. You need both. Go ahead.
Verse 24. The Most High, AHAYAH, our power, is a spirit, and they that worship him must worship him in spirit and in truth.
It's a must. Must. Not maybe. Not when I feel like it. It's a must worship him in spirit and in truth. We know what the truth is. We did a lesson a couple of weeks ago. The truth is the law. Go back on YouTube and look up that lesson. The truth is AHAYAH is a spirit, and they that worship him must worship him in spirit and in truth. And worship him in the law, the spirit of the law. Let's go to John 17 and 17 real quick, sis. That's John, the book of John, chapter 17 and verse 17.
John, chapter 17, verse 17. Sanctify them through thy truth. Thy word is truth.
The word sanctified is to make holy, to set apart, consecrate, sanctify. This is what the word is. Say, sanctify them through thy truth. Thy word is truth. Who is the word? YASHAYA, John 1 and 1. That's the only way we can worship the Most High. In the Spirit and in the truth. The truth is what? The law. So we got to constantly ask ourselves, brothers and sisters, I don't want to seem like this is a beat-down lesson. This actually is an encouraging lesson, a reminder, which we don't get. Because, like I said all the time, the devil never stopped working. You turn on the TV, he's there. You walk outside, he's there. Anywhere, he's there. So we need to constantly remind ourselves to stay in the spirit. Because it's so easy to get into the flesh. Your friend come over, someone make you mad, the wife make you mad, the husband make you mad, the kids get on your nerve, the boss get on your nerve. You just want to just like, no, I'm just going to the flesh on this person. Nah. Always ask yourself, what would YASHAYA do? Will YASHAYA act like this? Would he say those words? Like the scriptures say, one word out of the same mouth is blessings and cursing. You curse the person out, say all these things about a person, and then the sun go down on the Shabbat. AHAYAH, bahasham, YASHAYA, what? You're giving all praises to the Most High. That's why we got to constantly remember, are we walking in the spirit of the Most High? That's the only body you should try to prove something to. Don't try to prove nothing to me. Please don't. I cannot save you. I'm just a servant. That's it. It's my job just to bring you the word. Until you get up in knowledge where you can bring the word. That little that you know, you're supposed to tell the next person. It's each one teach one. And it should be for free, because it was given to you for free. YASHAYA gave his word to us for free. He the only one paid the price. That's the only one we should be trying to prove something to. That's it. Nobody else. We fellowship together. We encourage each other to continue this walk. But don't prove nothing to me, because I do not have a kingdom to put you in. I'm trying to get in there myself. I need you to help me get in there. Help me stay in the spirit, and I'll help you. Each one teach one. All right, let's go to Hebrews chapter 4 and verses 12. That's the book of Hebrews, chapter 4 and verses 12. All right, let's give them time to get there. Again, that's Hebrews chapter 4 and verses 12. All right, my sister, go ahead.
Hebrews chapter 4, verse 12. For the word of the Most High AHAYAH is quick and powerful and sharper than any two-edged sword, piercing even to the dividing asunder of soul and spirit, and of the joints and marrow, and is a discerner of the thoughts and intents of the heart.
Wow. Wow. This is how deep this word is. In other words, it goes everywhere. It's saying the word of AHAYAH is quick and powerful and sharper than any two-edged sword, piercing even to the dividing asunder of soul and spirit, and of joints and marrow, and in discerner of the thoughts and intents of the heart. That's how deep this word is. So can anybody hide from this? Anyone hide from the Most High? He knows everything. That's how hard this word is. It cuts every way. You can't get away from it. It goes right back to our title of our lesson tonight. Are you walking in the Spirit of the Most High? I pray that we all are. Because if we're not, we can't hide. He sees everything. This word cut both ways. But guess what? He did this all for us. So we can strive to be perfect. And one day we will be perfect if we endure unto the end. If not, hey, you missed the bus. You can't say he didn't give you a chance. I was telling Kakam the other day, I believe it was Kakam, where the Navy SEALs, if you've never seen the Navy SEALs, go look up a video. Those guys train hard. They can have 3 days left on their training. If they fail, they get kicked out. They got to start all over again. They real serious if you become a Navy SEAL, because they're going into combat to save someone's life. And just because you slacking up, you can cost everybody's life. Well, if they got that to qualify to be in a Navy SEAL, the Most High, what you think he have? His qualifications is much higher than that. So if you don't endure until the end and get to saying the Most High know my heart, that's why you got forgiveness right there. Get up, shake it off, jump back on the horse. Ride it through. The Bible said a righteous man falls 7 times, but he gets back up. Get back up to what? To walk in the Spirit of the Most High. When you're brought to a lower state, which you will be, get back up. Have patience. Get back up. Walk in the Spirit. Christ gave us a prime example how to walk in the Spirit, brothers and sisters. He had every reason to curse out the Romans, our so-called Jewish brothers and sisters that were saying crucify him. He didn't say that. He said, Father, forgive them, for they know not what they do. He could have called a legion of angels down to kill him. He didn't do that. He said, forgive them, Father, for they know not what they do. We just seen a church bombing, shooting, 2 or 3 days ago. I was looking at Facebook, people on Facebook, so-called Hebrews that say they know the truth, mocking, happy because these people got killed. What scripture is that? The scripture says you don't take joy in someone's pain. You don't do that. Christ didn't come that we should die. He came that we should live. And we got brothers and sisters not walking in the Spirit. They're saying Shabbat Shalom. That know Hebrew words. That know the scriptures. They just hearers of the word, not doers. Believe that. And I'm sure all you have seen that on Facebook. And all these so-called Hebrew groups out there, happy, dancing in the street. like they really made it to the kingdom. That was a sad tragedy that happened to some brothers and sisters that haven't woken up. That's all it was. Why? The brothers is mocking them because the brothers is not walking in the Spirit. This is what we got to do. Christ showed the example of it. Father, forgive them for they know not what they do. This attitude we got to have and work on it every day. So brothers and sisters, are you walking in the Spirit? If you're not, start walking in the Spirit. Ask the Most High to help you through your different trials and tribulations, to keep you in the Spirit. The scriptures tell us you have not because you ask not. I ask the Most High every day, Father, when I go to this company, this man going to be giving me problems. Father, let me stay in the Spirit. And he's there. Now walk out happy. All right, let's go to Romans chapter 2, 11 through 15. That's Romans chapter 2, 11 through 15. All right, go ahead, sis.
Romans chapter 2, verses 11 through 15. Verse 11. For there is no respect of persons with the Most High AHAYAH.
So don't get it twisted, brothers and sisters. You ain't got no a special relationship. Well, God knows my heart. He knows me. You see, for there is no respect of person with AHAYAH. What goes for me goes for you. Go ahead.
Verse 12. For as many as have sinned without law shall also perish without law.
Mm-hmm.
And as many as have sinned in the law shall be judged by the law.
You know the law. The ones that was, it says, for many have sinned without the law shall also perish without the law. It's like here. For as many have sinned without law shall also perish without law. And as many as have sinned in the law shall be judged by the law. That's including us. We know the law. And the person that they perish, okay, the scripture going to say they was a law unto themselves. Keep reading, sis.
Verse 13. For not the hearers of the law are just before the Most High AHAYAH, but the doers of the law shall be justified.
And that's what we are trying to encourage each other to do. Go ahead.
Verse 14. For when the Gentiles which have not the law do by nature the things contained in the law, these, having not the law, are a law unto themselves.
Those are ones that perish also. And we see the Gentiles out there. The law wasn't given to them. But they know when they do something bad, you know what I'm saying? It's just a nature. You know, he killed somebody, stole from someone. They know. Guess what? That's the law. Thou shalt not steal. Thou shalt not kill. They know. They're a law unto themselves. But we got the law. So that's why we're in punishment today. We're going to be judged by the law. And we're not being judged right now. We go back and read Deuteronomy chapter 28. We're on punishment. We ain't got the final judgment. But the Most High judged us. We broke his laws. He put us in slavery, captivity. Go ahead.
Verse 15. Which show the work of the law written in their hearts, their conscience also bearing witness, and their thoughts the meanwhile accusing or else excusing one another.
Exactly. This is what the law does. Even to the Gentiles. It's written. They feel sad. They feel bad. It's like the example I just gave you. It says, which show the works of the law written in their hearts, their conscience also bearing witness, and their thoughts the means while accusing or else excusing one another. So the law, even if you ain't, I didn't know the law. The Spirit bear witness of you. Even if you say, well, I didn't know. Well, you know not to steal from no one. You know not to kill from no one, to kill someone. You know not to commit adultery. You don't want nobody sleeping with your wife or your husband. You know that. You're a law unto yourself. That's the Spirit. All right, let's go to John 15 and 22, sis. Please. That's the book of John, chapter 15 and verse 22.
The book of John, chapter 15, verse 22. If I had not come and spoken unto them, they had not had sin. But now they have no cloak for their sin. Exactly.
That's speaking to us today. That's YASHAYA. If Christ wouldn't have came and spoken to them, hey, they had no sin. But now the Most High said, you ain't got no cloak. YASHAYA said, you ain't got no cloak. You can't hide behind it now. You can't hide behind the sacrifice. It's going to show you how serious the Most High is about you walking in the Spirit. There's no more excuses. It's better for you not to even know this truth than know this truth and go back. So it behooves all of us to continue forward. Because our punishment is going to be like, you ain't got no excuse. None whatsoever. You ain't got no cloak for your sins no more. So we have no choice but to walk in the Spirit. If you want everlasting life, if you want to get into the kingdom. Read that again, sis, please.
Yes. Again, John chapter 15, verse 22. If I had not come and spoken unto them, they had not had sin. But now they have no cloak for their sin.
Because I believe that most YASHAYA was speaking to the Pharisees and Sadducees, the leaders. They thought they was doing everything. We were under Moses. Christ says, no, you ain't got no, nah. You breaking the law. And you hide behind your big walls and your titles. There's no more cloak for your sin. You out in the open. What you going to do now? That's how the Most High is going to reveal everything to all of us. If we faking it, the Most High is going to bring it all out in the open. The one will walk through the AHAYAH. Going to reveal everything, all your dirty laundry. So it behooves us to walk in the Spirit of the Most High and not in our own flesh, what we want. We don't belong to ourselves no more, brothers and sisters. We gave that up when we got baptized. Enduring to the end. And encourage your brothers and sisters to do the same. Don't beat your brothers and sisters down when they fall off. Pick them up. Encourage them. Say, hey, dust it off. It's going to be okay. Peter fell off. He wrote a book. Christ still accepted him. A lot of brothers fell off. The Most High forgave them. Paul used to crucify the Christians. The Most High still accepted him. So when you fall down, brothers and sisters, don't feel that life is over. That's what the devil will tell you. But it's not. Get back up. Walk in the Spirit. He's long-suffering. He forgives sins. He's merciful. But he will not be mocked. All right, let's go to Hebrews. Back to Hebrews chapter 8. We'll read 7 through 10. That's Hebrews chapter 8, 7 through 10.
The book of Hebrews, chapter 7. Pardon me. The book of Hebrews, chapter 8, verses 7 through 10.
Mm-hmm.
Verse 7. For if that first covenant had been faultless, then should no place have been sought for the second.
Go ahead.
Verse 8. For finding fault with them, he saith, Behold, the days come, saith the Most High, when I will make a new covenant with the house of Israel and with the house of Judah.
Right. So in verse 7, it says, for if the first covenant had been faultless, there should no place have been sought for the second. We know the first covenant, it was gaps in it. Not that the law was bad. You know what I'm saying? It's just a sacrifice. I'm a sin and throw a sacrifice up there. I can have more than one wife. Because Moses said he did that because of the hardness of your heart. So the Most High said he's going to make a second covenant with us. Read that again, sis. Verse 8.
For finding fault with them, he saith, behold, the days come, saith the Most High, when I will make a new covenant with the house of Israel and with the house of Judah.
Go ahead.
Verse 9. Not according to the covenant that I made with their fathers in the day when I took them by the hand to lead them out of the land of Egypt, because they continued not in my covenant, and I regarded them not, saith the Most High.
Right. The Most High did regard it because we broke all those laws. That's why we're in the position that we're in. But he can give us a new covenant. Go ahead.
Verse 10. For this is the covenant that I will make with the house of Israel after those days, saith the Most High. I will put my laws into their mind and write them in their hearts, and I will be to them a power, and they shall be to me a people.
Are we going to qualify for that? Are we going to be here to get this new covenant? Well, it ain't going to be no longer, hey, brother, you know you're supposed to eat that pork. Hey, sister, you know you shouldn't be wearing those tight pants. Hey, brother, honor the Shabbat. No, the Most High said he can put this in our minds, in our hearts. There will come a time we ain't got to do that no more. This is the covenant that I want to be up under. How about you? Only way we're going to get this covenant is that we got to walk in the spirit of the Most High. Not in the spirit of the fallen one. Because believe me, the spirit of the fallen one, he have a covenant. And he have some laws that you got to follow. Let's go to Romans chapter 2 and 28 and 29. That's Romans chapter 2, verses 28 and 29.
The book of Romans, chapter 2, verses 28 through 29. Verse 28. For he is not a Jew, which is one outwardly, neither is that circumcision, which is outward in the flesh.
Right. Goes to show that the Most High is looking at the inward part of a person. You got Hebrews out there. I'm a Jew, but I'm from the tribe of Judah, Benjamin. This is not. I'm getting into the kingdom. I'm the apple of his eye. Like I did a study maybe 8 months ago or so. Abraham had to prove himself to the Most High. Isaac had to prove himself. Jacob had to prove himself. All the apostles and disciples, including us, to get this new covenant. Not because you're a Jew, you just happen to be born into the tribe of Judah or Issachar or Benjamin or Levite. No, you got to prove to the Most High, just like Abraham did. He was going to sacrifice his who? His son. Okay? Isaac had to do something. Jacob had to do something. The apostles had to do something. They all had to prove themselves to the Most High, say, I'm worthy. I'm worthy of what you got to do, what you want me to do. You got to prove something too. So continue to walk in the spirit of the Most High. This is what we got to prove. That's what the brothers did. Go ahead.
Verse 29. But he is a Jew, which is one inwardly, and circumcision is that of the heart, in the spirit and not in the letter, whose praise is not of men, but of the Most High AHAYAH.
All praises to the Father. So that is the true Jew, the one that's inwardly. And the circumcision of the heart, talking about your mind, in the Spirit, brothers and sisters, and not in the letter. But I keep all the laws, but I know all the laws, I know all this, I know all that. Yeah, brother. No, brother, what the spirit person is doing. Because you can fake it. And we got a lot of Hebrews out there that's faking. But the Most High see your spirit. He see what's going on. So tonight, brothers and sisters, I'm asking you to ask yourself, are you walking in the spirit of the Most High? Or are you walking in the spirit of the fallen one? I keep you all in my prayers. I pray that you do the same. It's iron sharpening iron. That we all continue this fight. We continue to encourage each other to walk in the spirit. Call each other up. Talk to each other. Encourage each other. It's going to be okay. Get back up. Dust it off. But stay in the spirit. Don't let nobody come against you. If you stay in the spirit, you're going to see what's coming at you. If you get out the spirit, you're not going to see it. It's going to look good. It's going to sound good. And the only way you're going to know if a person is in the spirit, you got to measure up to what's written in that book. Not how good he looked or her, how tall, handsome, very well spoken. Moses couldn't speak well at all, but he had the spirit of the Most High upon him. So before we end the class tonight, I got a lot more scriptures. But we're going to do a part 2 on this here. Now, I'm going to have another brother bring it out on the part 2. Before we hang up this phone, before the question and answers come, I beg you, not for my sake, because I love you, for your sake, walk in the spirit of the Most High. Don't let nothing take you out of the kingdom. Nothing. Not mama, not daughter, not so-called cousins, friends, brothers, Hebrew Israelites, whatever. Stay in the spirit of the one that gave you the spirit. Like Paul said, I'd rather do what the Most High say rather than man. That's my attitude. With that, I yield.